Sides. I'm just going to do the same with this one. Just check have I done that yet. Sometimes I get a bit confused when I'm beveling and end up doing it out wrong side. So I'm just going to use that and there. And there. Just added some more water into my slip. As you can see, I'm making my own mess. I'm not a tidy crafter at all. Okay. So then I'm going to pinch in. It'll start to hold its shape a bit better now. Just going to pinch in on the other side. So just use your fingers to pinch it out. Just pinch the sides. And again, I'm just going to run my finger up the top to try and just seal that joint. And if you want a nice crisp finish to it, you can always go in and just paddle the sides, and that way you'll get your nice flush corners. But I don't bother with that. Okay, so I'm just going to put my sausages in on those two sides that I've just done, as you can see. So I'll just use some of this clay that I've taken off for the edges. And I'm going to put that down that side. If you can't get in, just use your tool just to push it in like that. Over the top with a piece of clay. Same on the other side. Just push that in. Pinch it off. Okay, so I'm just going to blend this in, supporting the outside, taking my fingers down the sides as I work down, and it doesn't distort it too much. There we go. And just wow, so you can see I've done half one way and I've come back up half the other way, and I'm just going to smooth it off. Not going to put too much water on it because it's still really soft. All I'm going to do is just tidy up that joint, and I'll get that bottom bit in a minute. I'll turn it over. I'm trying not to handle it too much at the minute because it's still really wet. In fact, I'm just going to, let's move my little plant out the way. Let's put it on my turntable. And that way I don't need to keep manhandling it. Some paper. Paper. As you can see, I'm not an organised potter either. Ah, thank you. I'm just going to put some paper on so it doesn't stick to in that. And then I want to put you in there. Just put it back into shape. You see, I'm just pushing it out back into shape. Like I say, if you left it set up a bit, you wouldn't have this problem, because it would hold its shape for you. Alright, so let's do the bottom. So, have a square. And what I'm going to do, might as well use this as the bottom while it's still soft. You're going to scratch all the top. Like that. You can just use that. And while it's soft, I'll stick with my knife. Just supporting the outside. I'm going to do the same to this. Now what I am going to do with this one just before I start is I'm going to put my little maker's stamp on the bottom. So there we go, just put that in the middle. And that's going to go on the underside. Just going to turn it over. Just going to go around the outside. Let's make that really well, you can see. As you can see, I start off really neat on my fist, and by the time I've got to the fourth one, any old way will do. As long as you've got some marks in. So a bit of slip again. Just tap on. And as you can see, probably a sign of any potters, and I bet you're all the same, your drinks go cold. Oh, not too bad. So I'm just going to dab all my edges with a bit of slip. Let's mix it up a bit, get it a bit thicker. Okay. And we're going to put that carefully on the top of it. Like that, and I'm just going to pinch that in like that with my fingers, sealing it on all the way around. Just push that in. Don't worry, there's a little bit gone in there, but when I turn it over I'll push that back out. So I'm just, like I say, it's a lot easier when your clay's firmed up. Alright, so I'm going to wipe that excess slip off. Just running down. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it over. And now I'm going to do that. Let's get rid of them. Use a board. In fact, I'll have a board with some paper. That way, when I move it, I just need to move my paper and I'm not worrying about it sticking to my board. So I'm just going to use that. I don't want to flip it over like that. Okay, put my board back down. Shut back on there. Little magnets out the way. I had some leftover clay after cutting my slabs out. So I thought I'd do some little magnets. I've got one of these that's come out of the kiln this morning and it's super lovely. Where is it? It's there. Really like it. So we're going to make some of them. I'll stick my magnets on later. Okay, so on the bottom, I'm going to support me inside. A little bit of a damp finger, and I'm just going to run my finger round that bottom edge like that. I'm just running that finger around that bottom edge, supporting it on the inside just like that. Sometimes I might go around it. Sometimes what I do, when it's a bit firmer, I tend to just go around a couple of times all in one. I think because it's quite soft, I'm pushing out as well, trying to keep it shape. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do at the bottom for now. On the inside, your inside join, you can, if you wanted, do some more sausages and strengthen it up. And I do that on my large planters. But when I've got little small pots like this, it's just going to be for herbs. It's not going to be that heavy. I don't need that extra support. So all I'm going to do is use my wet slippy brush, and I'm going to just run my brush around that bottom edge. I always say 3 or 4 times, but I always get a bit carried away and I always end up doing it loads just to make sure. So I'm just running that slippy brush all the way around that join like that in the corners, and you can just tidy up any spaces from the sides whilst you do that. So I'm just running it backwards and forwards. And again, I'm just going to tidy that little bit up there. And then back round. Okay. So I'm going to let the tops dry up a little bit. Now then, I'm going to put a little sign on mine. What I'm going to do, right, let's just see if my little pot fits. Yeah, so we'll let some shrinkage room in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little handle on so that you can put your scissors in and keep them outside on your windowsill. And I'm going to put a little name on the front to say what it is. And I've already cut those up. So I just cut a little piece out while I was doing. And these are fantastic. I have all sorts of little, well, they're not in here, I've moved them. I've got all sorts of little letter cutters and stampers, but I bought these after seeing them forever and ever. I thought, right, I'm going to buy some, and they're marvellous. So, basil, they've got come in undercase and uppercase, and they're from Zeem, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Zeem Tools. And they're great because you can stick them together. So let's make basil. In fact, let's do all uppercase. Let's do all uppercase. Oh, look what I'm doing. So it doesn't matter, I can smooth it back out. Nothing in clay is ever wrong. Smooth it out the way. So basil. There we go. So I'll stick them together. Okay, and then there you go. Now then, I could have gone a bit harder with that one. Just pass me another one of them.
Hello.
Hiya.
How are you?
I'm alright. You're alright. That's Penny, everybody. Go on, give her a flash, give her a wave. Hiya, Penny. She makes my day every day in the studio.
Sorry.
It's okay. Alright, so let's do that one again. Let's go a little bit deeper. There you go, better. You will find once they come out the kiln anyway and you've painted them up, you'll see that a lot more. So, just going to pass it back into shape a little bit. Don't know what else decoration to do on there yet. I'll work that out once I've done my handle. So anything I'm attaching, again, we do a bit of scratching and a bit of slipping. And what I've found, if you do your scratching and slipping on one, put it on where you're going to put it and take it off, you get a nice little mark. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that with the light, but it shows you where you need to scratch and slip on your pot. So I'm just going to put some more on there, some more of that on there. And then on it goes again. Just support your back while you push it on in place. Bit thick, but really I could have done that a little bit lighter. So, what I'm going to do is use a small brush, get rid of that slippy from around the outsides, like that. Do the underneath as well. There we go. And now I'm going to do a little handle. I'll use this bit of clay that I was using for that. I might need Might not be enough actually, but we'll see. So it's starting to crack a little bit, so all I'm going to do is just add a bit of water. And her hammering started again, I do apologise. Okay. So I might square it off because we've got a square little front to get a bit of consistency going. So it's a bit fatter there. And then on the side, it's far too big. So all you do, I do a lot of eyeball work. Don't do a lot of measuring. Probably make it a bit easier if I did. So I take that off there. And again, I'm just going to just blend that in, that doesn't come off. So I'm just going to scratch those little bits there. Little bits there. Again, I'm going to put it on. Take it off, and there's where I'm going to scratch and slip. Bit of slip, bit more slip on that. So I'm just going to squeeze it on a little bit. And again, small brush. It helps seal as well as getting rid of that slip. Going to go around that side, that slip off, and blend that in. Let's just cracked a little bit. Alright, so that's going to be my little bit to put your scissors in. Okay. Now then, how can I finish it? So it's just a little heart, and I'm just going to tie in on there. Wow. Okay, so what we're going to do is straighten the top. And I've got a fantastic little sponge from Mud Tools, and it's a finishing sponge, this one, it's the white one. Up until I got this, I just used any old sponge, even kitchen sponges that I cut down. These are amazing, especially with stoneware, because you'll know that when you're sponging down stoneware, you get all your grit that'll come to the surface when you're wet, where this stops that and just finishes it off. So all I'm doing is just going around those sides, tidying that finish up, tidying that edge up. Go back in. It's great on the inside as well, just for all those little finishing touches. And smooth that off. You want it nice and smooth. Anything that's left rough, once you've got your glaze on, becomes razor sharp. So again, I'm just going to blend that in, use my tool, straighten it off a little bit now as it's hardened up. Okay. Into that. And then back in with my sponge. Again, I'm just going to smooth it off. Just go back on those sides. And there you go. Alright. So I'll do another little videoette thing of when I'm glazing it, and then when it comes out of the kiln, and then you'll be able to see it in all its glory. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to finish these up now, and I'll get this sorted out for you, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.